Hi, I'm Kristen Bookman. I'm with Standard Process. I am here to talk about the 21-day purification program and the SP Detox Balance program. The first one I'm going to talk about is the 21-day purification program, and this is a patient testimonial. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. This was the first time I have done any program like this. I was very nervous starting it. I was afraid of gastric upset or similar issues. Multiple staff in my provider's office were doing it as a group. Many have been doing it two times a year for several years. I decided to give it a try, not expecting to lose any weight or to see any real changes. After a week, I felt great, more energy, less body, and joint aches. My coworkers said I was glowing. I never had any gastric upset or any other side effects. I felt great, enjoyed new foods that previously I would never have tried. I even lost weight doing this program and have learned a better, healthier way to eat. I don't follow the diet as strict now, but I am still going to do the shakes and eat meals that are much healthier for me. I am so glad that I did this, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. So this is important. Yeah, Clara from PA, or Clara PA. We don't know. So this is Clara or whoever put this testimonial in here. Those are common concerns that most people think about when you're doing a purification, like you're going to be in the bathroom the whole time or you're going to be starving. But those are not the cases at all. That shouldn't be the problem. And you can eat. It's not a deprivation diet. So you can eat when you're hungry. You're just eating cleaner, healthier things. So you might be craving some of those things that you don't, that you were eating right now that we shouldn't be eating. So those, I find myself doing that. Like I'm not really that hungry, but I just want the foods that I'm not supposed to be eating. So you'll go through a little bit of that, but once you have the clean foods, then you'll see that they are very satisfying. Fruit is very sweet, and you can be satisfied with healthy, clean foods. So before we begin, what makes these products different? Like I said, I work for Standard Process. Dr. Ramsey and Dr. Buddy, they choose to partner with us for their supplements. And we have a organic regenerative farm in Palmyra, Wisconsin. So we've been regenerative farming before it was like a buzzword. And we have 800 plus acres of organic regenerative farmland. So we grow a lot of...
Amazing.
Yeah, the soil is like this deep and like black. So, and why that's important, there's a lot of micronutrients in the soil. That's why they picked this farmland, because it is on the Kettle Moraine, so it has more minerals in the soil. So our food really is, our soil is very depleted in conventional farming, so we don't get as many minerals in our food like we used to. So this is a picture of our farm, and we grow a lot of the ingredients that go into our products. So the objectives today, we are going to talk about who's affected by toxins. And you can see the hint there. We're all affected by toxins. Just when we walk out our door in our house, we all get them. It's just something you can't avoid. What are toxins and where do they come from? Indicators: you should start a metabolic detoxification program, and what we can expect during a metabolic detoxification program, and why you should consider the SP purification program. So we're going to break that down as we go along. We're exposed, like I said, we're exposed to toxins every day. When you're sitting behind a car and you see exhaust coming out of that car in front of you, you're breathing that in, that's a toxin. We have them in our foods, we have them all over the place. So even if we're eating the healthiest, cleanest diet, we can't avoid it. So it's just something that really we have to kind of keep undoing on our bodies. So in the United States, we have 80,000 chemicals that are registered for use. In Europe, they don't have those chemicals. They don't use those chemicals over in Europe, so we allow it in our food system, unfortunately. So, there are air and water pollutants, there are preservatives and additives, certain cleaning household products, cigarette smoke, dyes and paints, certain personal care products. And I want to take a second to talk about personal care products because men will talk like, well, I don't wear makeup. I don't, but we brush our teeth. We put deodorant on, hopefully. And, we're washing our hair, hopefully, so in soaps. So all of those things, if you're not paying attention, could be loaded with toxins. So there's different apps out there that you can use it's kind of fun. She would probably love it. You go around your house and scan different things. So you can scan your laundry detergent, your shampoo, your toothpaste, all that kind of stuff. And it'll give you a rating on like how toxic it is. If it's red, you probably want to consider changing because those accumulate in the body. So before you leave the house, you could be touched by 12 toxins just in your body. So, and I know this all sounds very doom.
What's the name of that?
Yeah, so there's a couple of them. There's Think Dirty you can use. That's an app you can download. They're all free. And then there's also the EWG, the Environmental Working Group. So they have one. They also have a great tool on there too, the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. Because it's expensive to eat organic all the time, right? So those are good tools that you can download for free. I think they want your email, but they don't bombard you with a bunch of emails, I don't think. I didn't get them. So those are great tools to download too, so that you can like strawberries are terrible for you in conventional, so those are a big one to buy organic. Apples are pretty loaded with chemicals, so different ones, so you can download that. But that app is a great one to have, and it just brings awareness. Candles are loaded with toxins, the wicks, the fragrant things that you plug in the houses, those are loaded. So all those kinds of things we want to start being aware of so that we can, and those are things that kind of sneak into our world. Sugar is a big one. So it's a preservative, it's viscosity enhancing and sweetening agent. Chronic consumption can trigger processes that lead to liver toxicity. We're seeing now fatty liver disease in kids that we never used to see before. So it's high fructose corn syrup is a big culprit for a lot of the fatty liver in kids. And high fructose corn syrup, if you're not paying attention, is in everything. Look at your Heinz ketchup. It's in everything. So it's kind of hard to avoid. So you have to really kind of look around and make sure that you're avoiding it because it sneaks into a lot of stuff. But this graph here, so this one up here in the left corner, that's 2004. White is good. That's like, you can see as we've, through the years, 2019, you can see all of the obesity that we've accumulated over the years because of sugars, but it's not really our fault too. I think there's going to be a follow-up email that you'll get, but on YouTube you can search up cigarette industry and food industry. So way back when we realized that smoking was not good for us, a lot of those scientists with those companies switched over. They bought Kraft, they bought a lot of these companies, the cigarette companies did, and they put those addictive properties into food. They knew how to make things that were addicting to us. So a lot of the Oreos, all those kinds of things that we all love and they taste good, but they're very addictive. So that kind of started the obesity trend. You can see a correlation of when that stuff was purchased and the obesity. So it's related. So it's not always our fault that we're addicted to all the sugar because they make it addicting for us. So any questions so far? I know it sounds very doom and gloom, but I swear it gets better. Just pointing out why we need to do this. So we call it the standard American diet, the SAD diet, because as you can see here, the vegetables, we're not getting enough vegetables. That green is what we want, a lot of green, but you can see we have a lot of the red because we're not eating a lot of vegetables. So that is it's opposite of what it should be. Same thing with fruit. It's a little more because people like fruit because it's sweet, and the total grains, that's a little better because of cereals and all those kinds of things. People are better at eating rice and that kind of stuff. Dairy is all right. Protein foods, we're doing a little better there. Oils, okay, but then your added sugars, see how See how flopped we are there? So we've got too much sugar in our diet, too many saturated fats, and too much sodium in our. And those three are actually the ones that really help with like that hyper palatability. That's what really gets us excited and want to eat more. So you can see why it's the way it is. So why do we care about these toxins? So they can contribute to weight gain. They contribute to a lot of different things, but low libido, skin issues, fatigue, or difficulty sleeping. A big one is if you're waking up at 3 a.m, having to go to the bathroom, that's a big telltale sign that your liver's wanting to talk to you and needs some attention. Food cravings and weight gain. Reduced mental clarity, that's a big one. You'll notice a big difference when you do the cleanse, that things seem a little clearer. You can think better. Joint discomfort, indigestion, and other temporary gastrointestinal upset. So these are things that if you're experiencing, you will feel a difference when you do the cleanse. Did anyone do the toxicity questionnaire? Mm-mm. Okay. That's a fun one to do. They have them in the office, right? I can get them for you.
Somewhere?
I can get them for you. They are in the books. Yeah, they're in the books.
You can take your own quiz in the book at the beginning.
Yeah. So that is a fun thing to do before and after you do the cleanse, because you can see your score will probably get better after you've done the cleanse. So it's just asking different questions. Do you eat a lot of processed foods? Do you eat a lot of non-organic foods? Do you eat meat that is not organic? Artificial sweeteners, drink sodas, preservatives, additives. So like different things that help accumulate to your toxic load. So it's a good one to do beforehand so you can see, and after so you can see the change. So detoxification process. So what it is we're going to there's 3 phases of detoxification, but how toxins affect, so your exposure, you get exposed through your lungs, through your skin, and your GI tract. So that's how you're being exposed to toxins. The excess toxins are stored in your fat cells, bone marrow, central nervous system, joints, liver, blood, and muscles. So that's why, like, especially people that have been dieting and they can't lose weight, and they diet and they lose weight and they gain it all right back. That is your body's protective mechanism. It's trying to protect your organs and your important parts of your body, because they don't want those toxins getting to your body. So that's why a lot of people rebound when they lose weight, because their body's trying to protect them. So your body doesn't want to lose that fat because it's surrounding those toxins and protecting the body. So that's it. People that have trouble losing weight, they need a detox. Elimination. So the toxins are eliminated through your lungs, your skin, your colon, and your kidneys. So like I said, there's 3 phases to detoxification. An important piece of this detoxification is if you are going to start it and you don't want to do the whole thing, it's more important to not do it, because once the way these detoxifications are designed, they're going to unlock those toxins in your body. So the way the ingredients are in there, it's meant to unlock those toxins so that they can be neutralized and then eliminated through your body. So you go through those 3 phases of detoxification: unlocking, neutralizing, and then eliminating. So it's important that you don't start it, or once you finish it, or once you start it, you want to finish it. You don't want to stop in the middle, because it's more toxic when you neutralize it than it is when it's hooked into your fat. So you really want to do this, like, if you're going to start it. So, and a couple things said on this is, like, you don't have to be perfect, like, are any coffee drinkers out there? Okay. Are you still drinking? When are you planning on starting the cleanse?
Probably this weekend. Yeah.
Okay. So I would try to come off the caffeine, like, now, because that helps a little bit. But that being said, if coffee is your deal breaker, you can talk to your doctor. But, like, some doctors will let them stay on things that are, we want to eliminate that. But, there's certain things that, if it's going to be a deal breaker, doing it is better than not doing it, So we're going to strive for perfection, but it may not be that way.
There's no such thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. This is the first time a lot of you are doing it, and it's a learning process. And the fact that you're here and wanting to learn and going to start it is huge. So that is a huge step in the right direction.
Clean coffee is a whole lot better than like Folgers or,
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, you can, you're starting it, so you're here, and that's half the battle. So the SP Purification Program, that is the one that looks like this. It's a structured program that brings healthy lifestyle habits into focus. It's going to support the body's natural metabolic detoxification processes. It's going to support your liver, your kidneys, and your gallbladder. Those are all part of your detoxification processes. It's going to support your intestines and your immune system health. Excellent source of whey or rice protein, depending on which protein powder you choose. It's going to support muscle building and recovery. It's an elimination diet. So elimination diet is really, because we are going to be eliminating foods that are big triggers for a lot of people. So it's a great way to eliminate foods that and then when you are off the cleanse, kind of slowly reintroduce those, because then you can see like, ooh, dairy doesn't really make me feel so great, but you don't really realize that when you're eating it all the time, So it's a great way to reintroduce food at the end. So you can use it as an elimination diet. And it supports and maintains the healthy weight when combined with healthy lifestyle. So this is not a weight loss program. It's designed to detoxify your body. Weight loss is a huge, nice side benefit of it. And most people will lose. Men always lose way more than women. I don't know why that is, but that seems to be the thing. But I lost 9 pounds when I did it for 3 weeks. So you can lose a lot of weight. 9 to 12 pounds is usually what people will see. So this is what the 21-day program is going to look like. So you're going to have your protein powder is that big tub right there. Then you pick between 2 different fibers. You want to be on a fiber because we want to make sure we're eliminating those toxins when they are unlocked from the body. So you're going to pick from 2 different types of fiber. One is in a capsule, gastrofiber is in a capsule, or whole food fiber is a powder that you can put in your shake or just put in water and drink it down. So those are the 2 fibers that you're going to be choosing. And then there's SP Cleanse and there's SP Green Food. So you're going to be taking these supplements along with your shakes, okay? And in some of the ingredients that are in here, you have Brussels sprouts, kale, red clover, barley, dandelion, burdock, collinsonia root, Jupiter berry, and apple pectin. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what those are. So Spanish black radish, that is an excellent detoxifier. It's a vegetable. Has anyone seen a Spanish black radish? Yeah, it's not one you're normally going to see in the grocery store. If you're in like a CSA, sometimes you'll see them that way, but it's in the radish family, very smelly, like potent, because you won't smell it in your stuff, but it's in there. And that's going to encourage healthy digestion. It's going to encourage phase 1 and phase 2 liver detoxification, as well as gallbladder function. So the alfalfa juice powder that contains chlorophyll, and it's a potential inflammatory balancing properties and antioxidant activity. And also beetroot supports healthy bile flow in the gallbladder, as well as supporting healthy lipid metabolism. Buckwheat, all of these are grown on our farm. Buckwheat contains flavonoids, and a lot of people aren't eating buckwheat. A lot of people aren't eating a lot of these things that are in here, so that's what's unique about this as well.
Buckwheat is gluten-free.
Yes, it is gluten-free. So this is going to help promote antioxidant activity and vascular health. And then your fiber, which is going to help, like I said, that phase 3 detoxification. From seed to supplement, like I said, we start with the seed and we process it all the way through the end. So you can see this is what your capsules are going to have, these little powders in them. So the 21-day purification program. So what it looks like. So you will be eating on days 1 through 10. You'll be eating fresh vegetables and fruit, unlimited amounts. Now, if you are trying to lose more weight than I would limit some of the fruit intake because fruit turns into sugar. So if you're trying to use this as a weight loss program as well, I would limit some of the fruit. Then your vegetable intake should be twice as much as your fruit. Legumes and quinoa, you can have 1 to 2 servings per day. Once again, if you're trying to lose weight, you kind of want to limit some of that because those are carbohydrates, so they have a little more calories in them. Your oils and your fats, 4 to 7 teaspoons per day. Protein concentrate is coming from your shakes for the first 10 days. So the first 10 days you're eliminating eating additional protein, so chicken, fish, all that kind of stuff. You are not doing that the first 10 days. You're getting your protein from your shakes, so you are getting protein, but you're not eating it. And the reason why is that allows your GI tract to have a rest. So if you have any GI issues, it's going to let that kind of calm down before you reintroduce protein because it's harder to break down. So that's what your days 1 through 10 look like. And then your days 1 through 7, you're going to be taking 7 capsules of the SP Cleanse 3 times a day. So 21 supplements a day of your SP Cleanse. Then 1 to 2 shakes a day, or you can do 3 shakes a day. 2 to 3 shakes a day. So if you need another one, you can have it. Like I said, it's not a deprivation diet. We want you to feel satisfied so that you will keep going. So 2 to 3 shakes a day. How I did it when I did it, I used my shake after dinner, so it was kind of like my dessert because I did the chocolate one, so it was like my dessert. And then like I said, you're going to pick from your gastrofiber or your whole food fiber. Do we know which fibers they're doing?
Probably the capsules.
The capsules? Okay.
I think whatever.
Okay.
Oh, you did the other?
Yeah, so your whole food, if you chose whole food fiber, you can mix that in with your shake or water.
You're right.
And then if you did the...
It comes a little spoon.
Yeah. And then you can, if you're doing the gastrofiber, you're taking 3 capsules 3 times a day of that. Okay, so that's days 1 through 7. And then days 8 through 21, you're switching over, you're stopping the SP Cleanse, and then you're switching to the SP Green Food. So you're doing 5 capsules of that. Two times a day. So that's like you only have to do 10 at that point. So it's like, woo! All right. So yeah, then you do the SP Green Food the rest of the time, along with your shakes. And then by that point, you're eating your protein as well. Okay. When you reintroduce your protein, we're going to try to do organic, grass-fed if you can. If not, it's okay. But the cleaner, the better. And when I say clean, we're not going to be doing like lunch meats, sausages, those kinds of things, because there's a lot of fillers and stuff like that in those. So just real clean. It's like chicken, fish, beef, venison, whatever you like. Any questions so far?
My experience is day 1 and 2 are usually the end of day 2 and day 3, actually the hardest ones. And if you get a headache those days, you just really up your water and you come get adjusted. So those are... Yeah,
and that is, I'm glad you brought that up because you will probably feel that way. You can feel like you're getting the flu. Mm-hmm. So it's really kind of nice to start this on a Saturday or Sunday, so you have those 2 days at home where you can lay around if you have a headache. I usually do get a headache when I start, and I'm like, darn it, I'm not going to eat that sugar anymore. This headache is not fun. But this last time, I was okay, I think, because I've done it so many times that I didn't get the headache. It was a little less, it was a little bit there, but not like it has been. So that's normal. It feels not normal. It doesn't feel good, but that's actually a good sign that your body needs to detox. So
it's a warning shot that you need to do this.
Yeah. So it could happen, and it probably will. So that usually does happen around day 2 or 3. Once you get through that, you're usually pretty good. So like Doc said, drink lots of water all the way through. You can exercise through this. I wouldn't go crazy. I wouldn't do some CrossFit thing where you're like going crazy. I wouldn't do something like that. Walking, yoga, lighter things, because detoxification is hard on your body, you know, so it's working hard to do all this kind of stuff. So it's a change, so you just want to go easy on your body. Okay, so what we're going to be doing to get ready for this, coffee and alcohol. We will not be drinking alcohol through the 21 days of this program. Coffee, we want to try to get rid of that too. Your coffee drinkers will probably have more of a headache than your non-coffee drinkers just because of the caffeine. So talk to your doctor about that and see. Then also, with your doctor's guidance, you know, if we've got CrossFitters or those types of people that are doing this, sometimes doctors will let them have protein for the first 10 days. You all are doing the SP Detox Balance, which allows you to stay on the protein the whole time. So you have a bonus with that. And that, yes, you're
Wendy's or McDonald's.
Yeah, you're still eating the same way. So in that program, and I'll switch over to that in a second. But so what? You're going to eliminate, like I said, alcohol, caffeine, tobacco, any other stimulants, processed or refined foods, and we're going to be eating vegetables. So just think of it this way. If you can't milk it or butcher it, or you can't pick it out of the ground or pick it, then you don't want to eat it. So we want to be eating very clean, very whole food focused. So lean protein, lots of water, fruits, and vegetables. Okay, like I said, you can exercise if you want. It helps, and if you have access to like a sauna or something like that, those are good too to help like sweat the toxins out. So that kind of stuff you can do too. You may notice an increase in urination and bowel movements. That's a good thing. That's those toxins moving out. You will, like I definitely do go to the bathroom more when I'm not like in a bad way, but like you will be going, you'll be urinating more than you normally do. For me too, because I'm not usually drinking that much water either, so that's part of it as well. If there are any concerns that come up other than what we talked about, like the headaches, constipation can be an issue. You want to definitely reach out to your doctor if you feel like you're constipated, because you want to make sure you're moving those bowels. But if you're drinking your water and taking your fiber, that should not be a problem at all. And if you shouldn't have the other problem either. So if you have that problem, talk to your doctor, because that's not a normal thing either. So your program guide looks like this. It goes through all the stuff I just talked about. It gives you a list of fruits and vegetables that are good to eat. We want to try lower glycemic indexed foods. Do you all know what that is? So like bananas are very high in sugar. So like you want to get those ones like berries, like strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. Those kinds of things are lower in glycemic on the glycemic index. So we want to try to stay towards those, especially if we're trying to lose weight. So this has all the information in it that we'll walk you through. Also, there's a recipe book. So the recipe book can be sent out to you, and there's a ton of recipes in there. A lot of them are really good. I make a lot of soups when I do it because I think those are easy. I'm working all day, so I come home and that soup's ready. I just heat it up. And that's got all your nutrients in there. It's got the bone broth that's going to help, heal your GI tract if that's an issue. So
more recipes than the ones in the books?
Yeah, it's a whole recipe book. So yeah, so that we'll make sure you get that. There's a supplement tracker. I highly recommend that you use that because there's been lots of times where I'm like, ooh, did I take those supplements? Like you think you're going to remember, but you don't. So I would highly recommend like checking off those boxes that say you did take them, because it just helps you. We're busy, we're all doing our thing. So that will be sent to you, and also the grocery list as well. So that's the grocery. They took it out of here, so it's all separate now. So I will make sure that Doc gets it so she can get it to you.
You want to show them how cool these are?
Yeah.
Please show them how cool these are.
So this is a shaker bottle that you will be... Is it okay if I open this?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. So this comes in your kit, and it has you open this up. It has, it has your supplement containers in here. So before you leave, you can put your supplements in here so you have them with you. So it has a couple of those in there for you. And then it has this little shaker thing in here that's going to help shake up your protein powder. So it does a nice job.
Well, wait, there's more.
Oh, and on the top too?
Look at this. This opens up, and you can put your vitamins in here, and then you put them in here, and then you put your powder in here, and you close it up, and then you put it on the bottom. How ingenious is that? And now you're good for the day.
And it still fits in your cup holder in your truck.
And it does fit in your cup holder?
Yes. Yes, this will be your best friend for the next 21 days or 28 days. You will be using this a lot. So, and you know, to clean it, it's easy to clean. You just put some soap in there and shake it up. You don't even have to put it through the dishwasher or anything. It's easy to rinse out. So, yeah, it's all included in here. In your kit, you will have 2 tubs of protein powder and all your ingredients. So you'll have your bottle of SP Green Food and your bottle of SP Cleanse and your fiber. Okay, so it all comes together as a kit. You can choose between different flavors. You can work that out with your doc, but it comes in vanilla, chocolate, and there's a dairy-free one. So you can choose between any of those. Any questions on the 21-day purification program?
Actually, I guess just Dr. Buddy and I are the only ones in here that are doing that. The girls on the...
I have a question.
Sure.
I take medication for my sinus allergies.
Okay.
Can I still take that when I'm doing this?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no drug interactions. The only thing that it is a detoxification, so your liver will be working better, so it can clear drugs a little faster. So but most people can do it. The only people that cannot do this program are people with like a liver or any kind of transplant. You do not want to do it. Anyone pregnant or nursing cannot do this program. So those are the instances where you cannot do this program. But yeah, most people, a lot of people are on medication and do it all the time. So yeah. Yep. Any other questions online or anything? Okay. All right, so now I'm going to switch over. If we don't have any questions, I'm going to switch over to actually, I don't even need to pull that up because basically everything is all the same. But the SP Detox Balance Program, the only difference is you are not taking the extra supplements like you would be on the 21-day. They're all mixed into your powder. So in this program, you're only doing shakes and eating clean. So you're not doing the extra supplements on the side. So it's very important that you do get your shakes in because what happens on the 28-day program, you're going to start day 1, you're only going to do 1 shake. So this one kind of builds up and then you taper back down at the end. So days 1, 2, and 3, you're only doing 1 shake a day, and then you're eating your healthy meals, so your clean meals. So your breakfast, a lot of times people will use the shake as their breakfast in the morning. They're very filling. Mine usually will take me through to like lunchtime for sure. So, and you can snack, like pumpkin seeds are a great snack that you can do. Fruit you can snack. So you can't, this, like I said, is not a deprivation diet. If you're hungry, eat. So you can eat. So
one of the families that's doing it, she's going to have it for breakfast and lunch, and then she's going to have dinner with the family.
Yeah.
So she's just going to have 2. So some days it has 3 shakes, but you just increase the scoop and have 2 really big shakes.
Yeah. 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 Like I would make a lot of times my shake for when I'm driving around in my car a lot too. So like it's just easier. You can just drink it when you're driving around. Okay. So then on day 4, you're adding 2 shakes. So day 4 through day 7, you're doing 2 shakes a day. Eating clean the rest of the time. Then week 2, you're doing 3 shakes a day. So week 2 and 3, you're doing 3 shakes a day. It's very important to eat those 3 shakes because you want to make sure you're getting all those nutrients in there that are helping open up those pathways. Okay? And then you start to taper down from that. So then week 4, you do, for 3 days, you do 2 shakes a day. And then the rest of the time, you only do 1 shake a day. And the way this program is designed is to ramp the body up a little slower than the 21-day purification program. So it's kind of ramping the body up slower. So you may not have as many headaches with this program. So, and that's really the only difference in it. So you're just...
Are there recipes in there for things you can mix with the shakes?
Yeah, there's recipes in here, but you will also get the recipes, the whole booklet of recipes. It's a digital version of a recipe book, but there's I think there's 100 and some pages of recipes. So
it's not the same taste every meal.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You kind of have to get creative so you don't get bored, But there's a lot of different combinations. Some of my favorites are, pineapple and mango together in a smoothie. It tastes really yummy. So that's a good one. Strawberry banana is always a favorite. I do like I do the chocolate protein powder, so I will put a banana in that, and that tastes yummy. So the shake should be really tasty to you. Anyone doing the dairy-free in here?
Jessica is, but I don't think she's.
Okay, the dairy-free one is that one you have to make
Okay with that.
Yeah, you just have to put fruit in there a little more to make it taste better. But the other ones, you can just mix with water. They taste good with just water. I mean, I'd add some ice in there to make it nice and cold for you, but they taste great just by themselves. So you don't really need to put the fruit in it, but just changes things up for you. So, any other questions?
So the book will tell us everything that you're saying to us.
Yes.
So we get a better understanding of what each one is about.
Be able to follow it again.
Yeah. It has it all laid out in here. What I went through, it is all laid out in here. And there's even on here, so and the other one has it too, but here is your pantry. It has pantry stuff in here that things that you can, spices are good. Ghee is a good thing to cook with. Are you all familiar with ghee? Ghee is a good one. Also, olive oil. And I don't measure out, 7 teaspoons of oil. When you're cooking, put enough oil on there to, saute your vegetables. You don't have to be that precise. So it's not, you can use all the spices. It helps you get creative. But I highly recommend looking at some of the recipes because there are some good ones in here that really are tasty. So, but this is also, this has a tracker too in here. So some of them have the tracker in here. The 21 day, they took it out of the booklet, so that has to be separate. But in this one, it still is in here. So this is what I'm saying. Make sure you click, or I would follow this and just mark that you took your supplement, or not this one. If you took your shakes, or it keeps track of your water or that kind of stuff. So. Yeah, and it has your. Do we have any questions online? No? Okay. All right. And, have fun with it. This is what your plate should look like. Your protein. This one, the other thing with this, the SP Detox Balance one, they let you have eggs. So this one's a little less strict. So you can have eggs. So that's exciting. You get more grains on this one. Yeah.
I do have a question. Is decaf coffee a big no-no?
It's not a deal breaker, but decaf coffee is actually more probably toxic than regular coffee in the way that they process it to make it decaf. So it's pretty toxic as far as, it's not the cleanest unless you're really getting a good brand like Purity is very clean. So I would try to avoid it. Teas, herbal teas are awesome. Those are great. Green tea has a little bit of caffeine, so if you're dying and you need caffeine, green tea is a better choice than coffee.
Thanks, sad to hear.
Sorry about that. But there are a lot of nice, yummy herbal teas out there. So, and then you've got your protein, you've got your vegetables, your carbs here, so your quinoa, and then your fruit. So this is a typical looking plate on the SP Detox Balance side. On the SP or the 21 day program, you're not doing eggs because eggs are a big allergen for a lot of people. That's the only reason they kind of eliminate it. All right. Any other questions?
So shakes, and we can. It doesn't have to be just the powder and the water. We can.
Oh yeah, you can go to town. Yeah, mix it up. Put whatever you want in it. I mean, not whatever you want in it, but like fruit. Spinach is another thing to like. You want to get as many vegetables as you can while you're doing this. So spinach is a great thing to throw in there. It hides. You don't taste it at all. Even like riced cauliflower, you can get that frozen in a bag. That's another one to throw in there that you don't taste it, and it like is a good way to get more vegetables in. So yeah, have fun with it and experiment, because really this is meant. The reason why it's 3 weeks or 28 days is we're trying to establish healthy eating habits through this whole thing, so that when we get done, we're not going crazy and going back to what we used to do. So it's meant to be kind of like a lifestyle change as well. And you'll start to see like, oh, these vegetables actually taste really good, So it kind of takes away all that processed food, so that you can really taste your food and enjoy it and realize that you do like it. We do like our vegetables. Do we feel good about it?
So as the team, we're going to start on the 25th, which is a week from yesterday.
Okay.
We're doing this class today because it'll give us time to read over, go to the grocery store, get our brain wrapped around it, and then we start Wednesday, and then we will end. So again, this is all during Lent. So yesterday was Ash Wednesday, and today is the beginning of Lent, and this is only 28 days instead of 40 or 46. And we will be ready to go, and we'll be able to eat a little bit of Easter candy. But not now.
Yes, and it's. I know it sounded very depressing when I'm going through all those statistics, and the toxins are everywhere. But really, it's. I hope you don't feel discouraged about the environment that we live in, because there's a lot we can do to undo all of that. So it's really, you hopefully will be reaching out to the doc and be like, oh my gosh, I want to do this every year, because you do feel amazing after you're done with it, or towards the end of it. Maybe not so much the first week, but.
The first week's hard. The first 3
Yeah.
weeks are hard.
Yeah, and I don't want to be overly like, yay, this is fun, but like the first couple of days can be rough. And that's just to be expected. I have a love-hate with it. I love the way I feel, but I don't like those first couple of days. So, I don't want to scare you either. You can get through it. It's not that terrible, but you will probably have a headache.
The benefits are well worth it.
Yes. And people will notice. You'll like some of the symptoms that we were talking about. Your eyes will get brighter. Your sleep will get much better. While your dreams, everything is more vivid. Your skin, people will notice your skin looks like more vibrant and bright. So there's lots of good benefits to it. All right. Any other questions?
That's good. We'll do 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Almost on the nose.
Good.
All right.
Thank you very much, guys. All right.
Thanks for
Thank you,
coming,
onliners.
and I can't wait to hear all the success stories.